So when you begin to understand that, then another person that I was really moved by is Kay Rubio. Kay was an occupational therapist student at the University of the Philippines, and life happened in the last year of her program when her family's business had to close, and she didn't know how the family was going to make it. When she graduated and became a licensed occupational therapist, she became the breadwinner for her entire family. She worked 7 days a week, and eventually she immigrated to the United States via Lawrenceville, Georgia. And when she was hired by an agency, they had put on the paperwork that she was a full-time salaried employee. But when she got to Atlanta, y'all hear the shenanigans and the bamboozle that's about to come. They said, oh, hold up. You have to go and visit patients in their home, and you're only paid when you show up. So no work, no pay. And she became fearful because she's like, what do I say? I don't want to be deported because I'm trying to care for my family. And she realized she just had to slow down to the speed of the moment. And eventually that agency, because of some of the laws in the county, changed the payroll system. They went out of business. So now she's got to find another opportunity. And one of the things she shared is that during this time, she was lonely. She only had 4 friends who were therapists and also immigrants. She felt like she didn't belong. She felt like she wasn't seen. She wasn't valued. She wasn't understood. And she said there were some homes that would not allow her to come in because of her color. When I read that, I was like, what? And she said what kept her going was her family. Unfortunately, her father had been diagnosed with liver cancer stage 4. They couldn't afford medical treatment. So now she's responsible for her mother and her siblings, and she kept pushing, she kept going. And as I begin to understand, what I begin to recognize is when you have those moments begin to invite you to recognize what can you do instead of what you can't do. And I believe wherever you are in this room right now, what you're going to experience over the next few days, you are going to have a serendipitous moment where you're going to bump into somebody, and what you might say to them might be the very encouragement that they need just to move a little bit more down the road. And what encouraged Kay is, as she continued to be resilient, she went back to the University of Florida, found a job, and got her master's in health science. But she didn't stop there. She decided to pursue a PhD, got hired by a larger hospital system. Eventually saw a young fella, he looked like husband material. He happened to be, he happened to be an OT as well. And now her brother is an OT. And as she was sharing her story, what I began to realize, your resilience is not just about you, boo. It is about everybody connected to you. And when you begin to understand, as you are moving ahead, how do you help someone else come from behind? What? Everybody get your right hand, get your right hand, get your right hand. And I want you to watch me. I want you to take your right hand and I want you to reach back and I want you to pull it forward. Now, why am I having you going through this motion? Because as you're moving ahead and you help somebody come from behind, the person that needs to help you is going to show up when you least suspect, because you realize it wasn't just about you, but everybody connected to you. So, steady. So the question becomes, okay, Simon, how do I stay steady? Everyone say this for me. Say, Simon says, take your meds. Simon says, take my meds. So meds, meditate. Everybody say meditate, exercise, diet, sleep. let me drop a pin and meditate. I want to invite everyone to sit up straight just for a moment, feet flat on the ground. And in a moment, oh brilliant one, I want to invite you to take a deep breath, and we're going to go through an exercise called centering. So I'll count to 3, and we'll take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale for 3 seconds, exhale for 7 seconds. We're going to do it 3 times, all right? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. 1, 2, 3. Amazing. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Whenever you have those days when everybody wants a piece of you, come back to the breath. Slow down to the speed of the moment. Get centered. The alignment of head. Everybody say head, heart, hands. When you have the alignment of head, heart, and hands, the feet will follow because you're centered.